Okay, so Stevie J and Joselyn, they meet, their little confrontation because they just seen each other for the first time in months. We pick up where we left off from last week, and it's basically, in so many words, Joselyn is asking Stevie J to take a paternity test because she knows for a fact that Stevie J is the father of her baby. And Stevie J did admit to them slipping up a time or two when they were broken up, when they had sex and they didn't use a condom or whatever. But it's pretty clear to him at the same time that she was with other niggas, taking pictures with other niggas, doing everything else with other niggas. So he has reasonable doubt in his mind about the child. Now, Jocelyn has made the decision to move back to Florida to be with her family because her parents is there, her brother is there, everybody else is in Miami or whatever. So she feels like the kid, she should be there during her pregnancy with her family because she feels like Stevie J really doesn't give a fuck about her, and that at the end of the day she needs to be with people who really care, which is understandable. I mean, she is in a tough titty situation. I mean, you got a man or husband in parentheses that's denying your child. You don't really know who the baby daddy is. You saying it's Stevie's, but at the end of the day, we have seen you out with other niggas, young Dro, and then not saying that you fuck Rick Ross, but it's pretty clear to look that way to people. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's a lot of stuff going against you. And Jocelyn was like, I don't have time to be here with you and you're denying my child and not have to go through all that. And I don't want to take it to the courts, but I know this your baby, but you're going to have to take a paternity test. So, Stevie J, as much as he's vilified for the way he treats women, which he should be vilified for it, you do still see that he does still have a heart. He still couldn't sit there and let Jocelyn look stupid in the face. But at the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of the stuff that Jocelyn is going through, she pretty much getting it all back based on how she treated Mimi. I know it's horrible for me to say that, but the real is just the real. You can't, you gloated about taking this man from another woman and taking him away from his family, but now you tried to have a family with this same man and he's denying ever having a family with you. So at the end of the day, Jocelyn, I just think you're reaping at the moment, but at the same time you did go a little bit overboard, saying that this man was a child molester and just dragging his character all across the board. You know what I mean? Like, it was all the way fucked up. So at the end of the day, I do think that at some point when you find out who the child is, Stevie gonna be there for the child, but you just need to humble yourself, Jocelyn, because when you get upset, you do way too much, honestly. Later on, Jocelyn meets up with Melissa. They have a conversation about how her and Stevie had met up and how Stevie J has agreed to take the paternity test. But the thing about it is, Jocelyn was like, I got a surprise for Stevie. I got a surprise for you, as a matter of fact. And Melissa was like, well, what is the surprise? Because, when you pulling out stuff, ain't no telling what you got in store. You know what I mean? She pulls out a pair of Stevie J's dirty drawers. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, what? Who does that? I ain't seen nobody do no shit like that since all my children. Like, who does that? And so Melissa was like, oh my God, please get Stevie J dirty drawers away from me. Jocelyn was like, I need you to take these. This is the DNA sample. Because Stevie J is not going to get away with it, deny my baby and all of that stuff. I'm like, I cannot believe that she took it to the point to where she pulled out his dirty drawers, Lord. I feel like I done seen everything on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I done seen it all already. But I will say, I gotta say this in the midst of this damn review, that this shit is fucking lit, okay? This shit is giving me my life, okay? It's giving me way more life than New York ever could give, okay? This shit is giving me life. So, Tommy done got out of jail. She went to jail to talk only to get, booked and locked up. Now, she didn't have to bail herself out of jail. The only person that was willing to help her was Stevie J, but he was busy with his own situation. But nobody else would answer the phone for her, including the motherfucker that's in her house eating her motherfucking food, her mama. It's pretty clear that they have a very, 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 very tumultuous relationship. Because Tommy was put from group home to group home to group home, and she felt like her mother could have prevented that, but she didn't. She allowed her to move from place to place, place to place, place to place, and all of that shit. So at the end of the day, my thing about it is, my thing about it is, Tommy felt some kind of way because every time I'm in trouble, you seem to be busy. You can't get reached when I'm in trouble, but whenever you need me, I'm always around to have your back, and I'm your daughter. You know what I mean? And I felt Tommy with that because it's like, girl, like your own daughter needs your help, bitch, and you not around. Like, what type of shit is that? So when it came down to it, Tommy was like, what are Tommy mama was just going off. And then Tommy went off on her motherfucking mama. And to be quite honest, I kind of don't blame her. You know what I mean? Like, you in my house, you eat my food, but you can't even answer the phone when I need your fucking help. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you helping me out with the kids. The fact of the matter is, bitch, you in my house and you can't seem to answer the phone and you know I need your help. That's the type of shit I'm saying. It was real fucked up to see that. And it's like they about to fight and everything. Like, it was just a fucking dysfunctional ass mess. And then later, Tommy later turns to KK for a little bit of advice. And like KK said, life is going good for you, but Tommy don't feel like life going good for her because of what she's dealing with. But KK feels like it is because of the fact that she's getting all the help that she really needs to soothe her anger, to soothe this alcohol problem that she got, just to get herself together. You know what I mean? So she was like, a person that's trying to find themselves cannot help another person that's also trying to find themselves. Like, you can't sit up here and give me advice when you're going through the same shit I'm going through. You can only go to a person that's already been through it and already surviving. You can't come to a person that's going through the same shit. They got to find themselves just like you got to find yourself. So what do you expect them to do? You know what I'm saying? So that was some great advice in my opinion. From KK's standpoint, that was some good advice. And we can say a lot of stuff about KK. But KK is good with the advice because she done been through a lot. Bitch been in jail so many times. She got a lot of wisdom on her damn shoulder. Like, she can tell you what the fuck you need to be doing and what the fuck you can keep yourself away from. So I can give her that much. So, it is what it is with that. Then they start talking about Scrap. And, Tommy was like, she gonna get Carly Red because she tried to play her for a fool and she got with Scrap behind her back. And Tommy ain't even seen Scrap because she can't go visit them. Neither her nor KK can visit them because they're felons. And maybe I'm just slow and never just studied the law like that, but I did not know that if you had a family member in prison and you're a felon, you can't even go to the prison and visit them all because you're a felon. I never knew that, so I learned something new today. But yeah, KK was like, well, it's not like Carly was your homegirl or whatever, but Tommy ain't trying to hear that. She just gonna get some get back for Carly. So after that, Mama D and Scrappy. Mama D comes to Scrappy to talk to him about the situation with Ernest. She feels like, she feels some type of way because Ernest's mother is moving from Florida to Atlanta. And she got a problem with that because she feel like Ernest's mama oversteps her bounds and she gets involved in their business too much. Which makes Scrappy laugh because Scrappy like, well, you've been doing it to me for years, so why do you feel any kind of way about somebody else hovering over? The way you hovered over me in my relationships, now you can't take it. Which is funny. She's also getting her get back because you tried to put shade on him knowing that he was with Erica. You tried to do this, you tried to do that, but now you seeing what it's like to have a mother be involved in your motherfucking relationships. Because you got involved in Scrappy shit so many motherfucking times. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, now you seeing it. So then Scrappy told her that he don't think that he gonna marry Bambi. Bambi is in the house, he in the hotel. He had to pack his shit up and leave because they been going the fuck at it and he can't take it no more. So it's kind of like, whatever. So it's kind of like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious? So, Mama D, Mama D was like, it took me a long time to accept Bambi into my palace just to hear that they are not working out. But I'm gonna propose a dinner and I want you to invite the BAM and we're gonna discuss some things. A dinner that I'm not gonna talk about because it was not needed. Okay. So Stevie J gets home after talking to Joselyn and all of that stuff, and he sees shit everywhere. Only to find out that his daughter Savannah has decided to come to Atlanta and stay with him. Now, I didn't watch Leave It to Stevie. I didn't. I only seen like clips here and there. I never just watched it the show in this entirety. But I will say that I thought that Savannah was older than 18 because she looks like she's at least 20 or 21. I did not know that she was still in high school. So come to find out, Savannah then came in during the week of the school week and everything like that. She not ready, say that she gonna finish school in online classes, and I'm like, they got that shit. You can finish your high school shit online. That's crazy. If I had known it, I would have finished high school online my damn self instead of getting my ass up every morning going to that hellhole. But she, I guess her and her mother is having a bad situation. I really don't know. But Stevie was like, he not really for it. Like online classes, me and your mama not gonna go for that. Then next thing you know, Savannah best friend in the house eating the food. So it was like, girl, like, what the fuck does Savannah have up her motherfucking sleeve? That's what I want to know. So then we get into Jasmine and Rod. Jasmine, who proclaims to be Kirk's baby mama, Rod, Mimi's ex. She tells Rod how the secret is out. Everybody knows that Kirk is her baby daddy. She was over there with Jock talking. Carly came over thinking that she was with Jock. And they thought that you was the baby daddy, and I wound up telling them that it wasn't. It was Kirk Frost. So Rod was totally against that. He wasn't feeling that idea about the secret being out. He been holding them down for all this time, and he don't understand why would she go and tell anyone that about this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, at the end of the day, he can't get away with what he's doing. The truth is going to have to come out at some point. You know what I mean? And he was like, you slipping because you was already dealing with the nigga while I was in jail, and this is who you chose to have a child with. And I'm not trying to blame you for anything, but it's like I am kind of pointing the finger at this point. And it is though, Rod, but I feel you on it though, truth be told. So we going to Carly Red. Carly Red winds up meeting with Jasmine. She went to confront Jasmine on behalf of Rashida to see if she was telling the motherfucking truth. This girl had text messages. She got insurance policies. This bitch got a motherfucking video. This bitch live in the same fucking building as Kirk and Rashida. She got all the receipts that you fucking need, okay? The same thing, the same receipts she got. Rod got them same receipts, and he's showing the same shit to Jock. Like, it was like Jasmine and Rod were telling Carly and Jock the same motherfucking shit. Now, Jock, on the other hand, he ain't trying to believe it. He's still trying to think of some manipulation going on. But Carly, she know that shit true. Kirk is the father of that baby, and he been lying to Rashida the whole time. And I don't see why anybody would sit up there and act like Kirk would not lie. He already lied already. Like, it's really crazy to me. So then, after she didn't got all the tea, Carly just said, I want to come here and just be like, you know what I'm saying? This bitch lying, but this bitch gave me receipts and everything. And it's obvious that this shit is true. And it's obvious that I got to go and tell Rashida about this. So she meets up with Rashida. And, Rashida really ain't been talking to nobody. Ever since Kirk came to her about the shit, she really ain't been discussing it. But then, when she talked to Carly about it, she said, I'm going to talk to Carly because Carly was there that night that everything went down. So I'm going to talk to Carly about the situation. Okay, fair enough. Carly comes. And she's basically saying, I met up with the girl. Now, Rashida felt some kind of way because Carly met up with the bitch. You know what I'm saying? She was like, okay, now I feel like this bitch is on some fuck shit now because she met up with this bitch. But then, when Carly was giving her the receipts and telling her what the fuck was going on, she believed, it was nothing that Rashida could say. Rashida was like getting teary-eyed. She was crying and shit and all of that. And I'm just looking like, and all of that stuff, like, this is my best friend. I've been with this man for 17 years, blah, blah, blah. And, she was like, I really was hoping. I really didn't even want to talk to you because I really thought this was going to be some bullshit. But I see that it's not, and blah, blah, blah. So it was like, Anybody who meets her with Carly, they're gonna think that she on some bullshit. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I haven't liked Carly all the time, but for the past few seasons, I really been team Carly Red. I really Carly is probably, besides Arian, Carly is probably the only bitch on this show that I genuinely like, because she's the only one that keeps it 100 about her shit. Like, she know that she messy, she know that she ain't perfect, but she the only one that's gonna keep it 100. She knows she messy. The rest of these bitches wanna pretend, but she don't. She knows she messy. That's why I can respect her. I can respect somebody that can own up to their shit, own up to their shade, own up to their messiness. And Carly Red is the one. And if you need some vital information, you go to Carly Red because she got it. That's just what it is. She told Rashida that. Some people on my Facebook timeline felt like Carly Red was overstepping her bounds. She shouldn't have told Rashida that. But would you want your friend to tell you something like that? Whether you married or not, it don't matter if you boyfriend or girlfriend. To me, I would want to know. If I was married and somebody saw my man out there cheating on me, or he had a baby with somebody else, instead of keeping me in the dark, tell me the truth. Especially if you got receipts. And Carly saw the receipts. So therefore, she knew what the fuck she was talking about. It ain't like she was coming in that shit blind. She had the receipts. She seen the receipts for herself. She knew exactly what's going on. So she had every right to tell Rashida. That's how I feel. A real friend would have done it. So then Rashida, she cook a dinner. Kirk come, not knowing what's in store. Rashida confronts Kirk. Next thing you know, she going the fuck off. I'm sorry. Before I shut this video off, I'm sorry. I just gotta say this. And I know that people are gonna come for me for saying this, but I can't help myself. I just got to say this shit. Rashida, bitch, bye. Okay? Like, bye. Number one, I'm not on Kirk's side at all. I'm not on his side at all. Because what he did was fucked up. You said in this woman's face and you lied right to her motherfucking face about this bitch. So you already knew what was up. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just told her the truth and you was going to race home to tell her. But Rashida, you doing all this screaming and yelling and all of this shit because you're going to scream and yell all next week. My thing about it is, at the end of the day, you're going to take Kirk back. You should have left Kirk when he embarrassed your ass on national TV when he was in the hot tub with 2 hoes. With 3 hoes. And Benzino and Bambi and all these other bitches that he was at the cabin with fucking off on them while you was pregnant. You should have dumped his ass then. Not to mention, he went and got a paternity test on your child behind your fucking back. Then got a whole apartment behind your back. Kirk has done so many things to you, questionable things to you. And it's hard for me to feel sorry for you because we rewinding it all the way back to season 1. You telling K Michelle that she jealous of you because you got a husband and that's the man that she want and she ain't gonna get him. Well, to be honest, I see that that's not the man that she want. Who would want a man like her? Nobody but you, bitch. That's why I can't feel sorry for her, because she was so quick to gloat and brag about Kirk and how good of a man he is. Ain't nobody perfect. But the shit that he doing, he ain't shit to brag on, Rashida. But I'm not blaming you for this at all. I'm just having a heart-to-heart with your ass. It's hard for me to feel sorry for you just knowing the phony fuck shit you've done to people in the past. The way you sit up there and bragged on Kirk and how folks jealous of you, bitch, please. But Kirk need his ass beat, and that's all I gotta say about this. So with that being said, this is my review on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.